What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Game Freak. Today, I am going to talk about the journey with Evercade. I just realized it's been almost 2 years now that I first purchased the Evercade VS and EXP. Now, I remember when I got this, I was just, I think the reason why I ordered an Evercade is because I wanted to add some games to like games that I like to some of my retro uh, console collections and stuff like that. But resellers have just jacked them prices up, and I wasn't about to pay $100 for a game that I could have got back then for 30, 40 bucks. They're just not worth that. Maybe they are to some people, but in reality, they're outdated chips on a cart or inside of a cart, a plastic casing. To me, that's not $100 material or anything like that. Some people may look at it different, but that's just the way I look at it. But I remember when I ordered the Evercade, the reason I got it is because, man, it's like $20 for carts, and they have multiple games on them. So I was like, this is pretty cool. And a lot of the games that I remember seeing at that time are some of the games that I wanted for some of my other retro systems. I was like, well, this is pretty cool, man. These come on carts. And the other cool thing is, you know, I'm sure if you're new and don't know much about Evercade, the really cool thing is, they come in, pretty decent, nice little cases and everything. Has some artwork on the front, a couple pictures on the back to show what games are on there. But each one comes with a instruction manual, something that you don't really see anymore. And these are all in color, and they've gotten better over the years with these manuals. So, this one right here, this is nothing fancy or anything. Now they go a little bit more, more detail into the games and the uh, history of the company that the collection is from. So I always thought that was cool. But I remember when I ordered this thing, I wanted to learn a little bit more about it. So I started surfing the web. And I remember I came across this YouTuber who I subscribed to. Actually, if you're not subscribed to him, his page name or channel name is the Evercade Effect. The guy's name is Ed. Super cool guy, man. I bullshit with him all the time because he does a lot of live streaming and stuff. Really nice, down to earth guy. And he made me really excited for my Evercade to arrive while I was waiting for it, because I'll tell you what, man, that guy, he's a genuine person, and he gets really excited when you know new carts and stuff come out. And I was like, man, I can't wait to see this. So he kind of like got me pretty excited about it. So shout out to Ed for that. Now, I am the type of person where I know a lot of people, or not, I shouldn't say a lot. People that subscribe to me, they already know how I am. I am upfront and honest about everything. When it comes to video games, man, I don't beat around the bush on shit. Um, I have been called a Evercade hater, and it's like, really? I mean, most of my content is about the Evercade. And if I hated the Evercade so much, I sure as hell wouldn't have put the time into that right back there, the Freecade, which is a arcade cabinet that I built, and it's powered by my Evercade because I love the Evercade. But that does not mean that Evercade doesn't come with its flaws. Every system out there, every platform of gaming out there, it comes with flaws. And all I do is, if there's something that I don't like, I point it out. That does not mean that I hate Blaze. That doesn't mean, I rip on Sony. I have every Sony console, and I still rip on stuff that Sony does. Doesn't mean I hate Sony. I obviously love them too. So, I just don't understand why some people, they really get upset when I say anything bad about some of these like games that come out for the Evercade, especially like Game of the Month. You know, I think I've said in other videos I like about maybe 4, maybe 5 Game of the Month games. Other than that, I think they're shit. Doesn't mean I think people that like them are shit. I don't think anyone's stupid for liking those games. I just personally don't like them. And I've always said since the beginning of this channel, I'm always going to be upfront and honest about everything, if it's good or bad. So I think that, you know, people need to realize when I do, I guess, a negative take on Evercade, it's not me bashing Blaze. It's me pointing out games that I just don't care for. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't like those games. I'm just saying my experience with those games I didn't enjoy. Therefore, I'm going to report about it. Just like when I get a cartridge with a lot of good games on, I'm going to report that. I'm going to say, man, this is a really good cartridge. You got to check this out. But I just don't think that it would be fair or honest to my subscribers if I didn't, you know, tell you both sides of the coin. I'm not going to sit here and lie and just say all the good things about Evercade. I don't think that's a fair assessment to the company if I do something like that. And I don't think it's fair to you guys to just sit here and say all the good things about Evercade because not everything is good. There are some negatives to Evercade, whether you want to believe that or not, or want to agree with it or not. That's just the way it is. I will continue to do what I do. You know, if I like something, I am going to let you know. If I don't like something, I'm going to let you know. But I think that we have built a pretty good, you know, adult community here on the Game Freak where we can share our opinions in comment sections. And I noticed like no one rips on each other, which that's exactly what I want. That's the kind of community I want to build here, is where we can all share our opinions and nobody looks down on anyone for it. I think it's awesome that we all have different preferences when it comes to these games. So when it comes to the Evercade, you know, after almost 2 years, this is the system that I have been waiting for. I love Evercade. I think it's awesome. I support them. As I said, I will say, you know, anything negative about them, I will bring up in videos and stuff. But, you know, I want them to succeed because this is a console that I'm glad that I found because I am finding so many games that I either forgot about or haven't heard of, and I'm loving it. And I'm saving a lot of money with the Evercade. You know, a lot of people might not like it, and I get it because they expect perfection, and you're not going to get that from Blaze. You're definitely not going to get that from Blaze. In fact, you're not going to get that from any console out there. I mean, there's flaws on everything. So, this to me was something that I really needed because I like to go back and play games that I grew up on and games that are hard to find nowadays and games that are way overpriced nowadays because jackass resellers, you know, jacking shit up because of price chart and eBay and shit like that. This is the way to go, in my opinion. So I just want everyone to know I have nothing against Blaze. So when I have like a negative review on anything, I'm not throwing shade. I'm not throwing shade at Blaze at all. I'm just being honest and truthful. I obviously love this company. I took the time to build a fucking arcade machine powered by the VS. So People just need to get that out of their head. If they see a negative review from me or anything, I'm not bashing the company. There's just some bad games out there. That's the fucking facts. So, uh, after 2 years, almost 2 years with this console, I can honestly say I do recommend this. The only thing that I don't like is I wish they would like lately this year they've been doing like a lot of hardware updates instead of software. Like I want more games. I really don't care about the hardware. The reason I got the Evercade is for the games. So, I do think it's cool that they did kind of rebrand the VS and EXP and made it at a cheaper price, and that can get more people into the Evercade ecosystem, which is absolutely awesome. Save some money, cheaper for people to get into it. That should bring in more money to the company, which in return should give uh, them the opportunity to spend money on bigger licenses. So I guess we'll see. But after 2 years, I can honestly say to everyone, if you are thinking of getting an Evercade, but you've been on the fence, I recommend it. This is a great way and a cheap way to get your retro fix, especially with these games that are going for outrageous prices out there. I've done quite a few videos where I compare buying individual compared to a $20 cart, and you do save a lot of money. Now, granted, these are just pretty much like a ROM dump on a cart, but you're getting the game and you're getting it cheap, and it's technically a physical copy. So I always thought that was a really cool thing. I'm into physical copies more than I am, downloading something digital. So if you are on the fence about getting an Evercade, I highly recommend it. I've had a blast for almost the 2 years that I've had it. I have done exactly what I've wanted ever since I got this VS, and that was building that arcade machine to play these purple carts, which are arcade carts. I'm a big arcade junkie, so that was like a dream come true to me. So, yeah, 100% highly recommend the Evercade. If you are on the fence, go get yourself one, especially now. I mean, these things are uh, the VSR and the EXPR, which are the rebranding of these consoles and the handheld. They're $99. That's saving some cash right there. So highly recommend. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next video, game on, everybody.